Super Bowl Sunday in full effect as we wrap up Week 9 in the Arenalacrosseleague with the Six Nations Snipers taking on the Ohsweken Bears. Welcome to Iroquois Lacrosse Arena on the Six Nations of the Grand River. Lance Wynn rolling along as we're always appreciative of you joining us. Underway here as starting goaltenders first for the Six Nations Snipers, who are the visitors, Dusty Hill, and right off the bat, Mitch Zulian puts on the Jets, goes to the bounce, and he is denied. We'll get to the goaltenders because at making his first start in the Arenalacrosseleague for the Bears is Waukegan Shugnash. So he had to make his first save, tested early. Two top lineups out here, officials for today's game. Seb Baudouin is the crew chief. He's joined by Bad Brad Fennell and Tyler Frosted Flake. Head coaches for the Snipers, Darcy Palace is the bench boss. His assistants are Vince Longboat, Derek Searle, and Jake Henhock. And for Ohsweken, not in the house, Ron Mouser Henry. It will be Clancy Alms taking over the reins for today. He's assisted by Todd Wilfong and Neil Pike. So the top best lineups for either of these teams out there ducking in. Eddie Renault tucks it in the corner to open the scoring. So I tell you, Ohsweken coming in with a 3-4 record, desperately needing a win, and they desperately need their captain to get on track. That is his 12th of the season, first of today, but he's missed the last two games. So the Bears have not had their full lineup. Take a look now as the Snipers, they have made some additions. Want to welcome back Stone Jacobs to the floor. Of course, missed a couple with injury. Glad to have him back. Caught a glimpse of Lane Smith, the sniper around. Of course, Vernon Thunderhill in the lineup. Mike McLaughlin rolling for the Snipers. He's going to make that turn. Quick bounce pass. They'll move it up over the timeline. There's Jacobs now with the ball. Jacobs gets bounced out by Heron Snow. Another one back in the lineup. Keep an eye on him. Josh Sanchez will be playing DN transition here in this game. Hesu Yamada, give and go, nothing doing there. Jacobs, 5 on the shot clock. That'll go up and out of play, and possession now will belong to the Ohsweken Bears. Of course, the Snipers come in 2-5. They fell last week, lost a tight one, 10-9 to the Whippy Steelhawks, and the Ohsweken Bears fell 16-13 to the Peterborough Timbermen in last week's affair. One-handed shot, so you take a look out there and you can see that familiar face, and that's not Harrington, that's Lane Smith. And Colton Paget dumps that in. So right off the bat, two good defensive holds by both squads, and the Snipers now will take over. It's Wes Whitlow. Keep an eye on Whitlow, one of the leading scorers, trying to get a step. Whitlow ducks in, down, and a good save made there by Shugnash, and Whitlow, they exchange a few, and now it'll be Nolan Ruddy that'll leg that one up over the timeline. The big man takes a hard hit, coughed it up. Malloy's going to keep it there. Good job, Chayton King trying to force it. Eddie Renault got it back to Ruddy. Ruddy couldn't hold on to it. Got some backup, though. And rolling in now, Shane Hallowell. Hallowell lets it go. Good save made there by Dusty Hill. Quick pickup. And now it's Andrew Vradenberg. Vradenberg ducks in. Bradenberg kicks across, quick stick finish. That's the way it's done. Snipers add one there, and that'll tie the game at one apiece. When I had a chance to speak with both coaches, when I spoke with Darcy Palace, Vince Longboat for the Snipers, they talked about playing a full game. Haven't been able to do that this year. Also talked, of course, about discipline. They felt there were at least 3 games that they have given away due to just a little bit too much extra. They want to bring back the toughness in the defense, and more importantly, what we just saw, play some transition lacrosse. So we saw that on display. When you look at Clancy Alms and the Bears, they talked, of course, about discipline. These two teams have specialized in kind of running themselves out of the games. Zulian, good job to get it over. Great work to play that off the boards, and the Snipers now right to work on offense, and bit of a chop there going on, and that's going to be a call. So first power is Thunderhill. Great work to hold on to that. I don't know how. Still has it, but rolled it nice. Yamada with 4 in the shot clock gets double teamed, and As I say that, the Ohsweken Bears will take their first penalty of this game, and Snipers will go to work on a power play for the first time. So with the Bears, they talked about gapping and communication on defense and offense, as well as getting to those loose balls. They feel like possession will be everything in this game, and of course, ball movement. Don't be afraid to share it to your teammates. Move the ball. It moves quicker than your feet. So on the power play, Snipers come in 52% efficiency rate with the man advantage. The penalty kill, just 30% for the Bears. They'll work it around. Briley Maxwell out there, as is Keelan Pilon. Wrong stick side working. Chayton King tried to fake up top. Thunderhill. Vern Hill also in the lineup. So reset at 20. Maxwell working that left side. Looking for Whitlow. Got it back as Hill got the shot right on. Stopped by Shugnash now and Josh Sanchez. They'll move it up one pass. And easy over the timeline, Nicholas D'Amico. D'Amico has a man jumping in the rush. He'll think better of it and may have got away with one there on an interference call. So certainly bringing the toughness back to the defense are the Snipers. Stephen Portelli, glad to have him back in the lineup. He's missed a couple of games. Good hesitation move, letting that clock run down to 2. Shovels it into the corner. And we're just under a minute to go now in the Six Nations power play. Travis Stotts will flip, give way to Whitlow. Whitlow now will set things up. Chayton King out there, and they'll work that side with Briley Maxwell. Pilon swings it across. King, skip pass deflected. Thunderhill going to run under that. Keep an eye on him. I tell you, the Hills are tricky. 4 on the shot clock. Going to need a shot. Whitlow gives it up. Pilon takes it. Great save by Shugnash. Reset at 20, though. Good offensive rebound by the Snipers. They'll hold possession. 20 seconds left in the man advantage. Maxwell. Good backhand pass looking down low on the crease. Tried to go down, but it's blocked. Pilon had that one kicked. Good defensive play through the crease to call. Give Malloy some credit there, as now they've got 12 seconds to burn Sanchez. We'll be looking at the double team. Sends a quick pass away. Snow. And they'll move it up and make things look easy. Padgett trying to make that turn. Twister, and that one slides in. So I got to double check that is Padgett. I'm not quite sure, but I will double check the number. Either way, a big goal comes at even strength, and it's 2-1 now for the Ohsweken Bears. Good crowd on hand here on this Super Bowl Sunday. Everyone getting a little warm-up action before, of course, the big game later tonight. We're under 10 minutes here, opening quarter off the draw, and I tell you, this young man has done a really good job in doing his thing. Chance now and tucked in. So a big goal there, and that's Lane Smith. So welcome back, Mr. Smith, sniper extraordinaire. Had some health issues that he took care of and looking lean and fit, and he's given the Bears a 3-1 lead. Get you caught up on some other scores. This, of course, wrapping up week 9 in the Arenalacrosseleague. Off the draw, flipped up, picked up, one pass. Zulian on the run, tried the twister just wide of the mark. That one will go up and over the head of Jacobs, and the Bears now will regain possession with Sanchez. So the Bears certainly off to their best start. Their issue, of course, has been putting together a full 4 quarters. Hollowell, one-on-one, isolated with Stotts. Big shot from way out. And now in transition, this is what they wanted to do. Bradenburg dumps it off. Stotts, top corner. How about that? Getting back to some transition lacrosse. And a great job by Jerry Stotts to follow up on the play. He buries his first. We've got a 3-2 game. Just a good job. And when I mentioned off the top about sharing the ball, that's a prime example right there. Justin Joseph in that circle as he does battle with Nathan Fear. And it'll be the Snipers that get possession here, Yamada. Yamada out there with King. Far side is Bombury working along with Hill. Yamada gets a step. Tried to go far corner, but the angle was just too tough. And now in transition, here come the Bears on the run. Taking that shot is Crossley, and luckily that got deflected and will stay right here. Not quite sure that's the shot they wanted in transition, but either way, the Bears will go to work now with a fresh 20. Hollowell looking for a screen on the roll with Renault. Renault takes the give and go. Great save, Dusty Hill. Ball loose. And Dougie Powless not able to get a handle on it. Portelli does. Gets it over Hollowell. Gets a screen. Lets that go wide of the mark. That's going to go up. And a good job to run under it. Keep that in play. And looking for Portelli, but not able. And now Chris Atwood stuck on defense with Renault. And welcome back as Vern Hill. Backhand pass. Whitlow over the net. Rebound picked up, and a good job there to run out is Maloney. And now one-handed grab by Sanchez. Moves it up. And they'll swing that back around. Sanchez, they'll keep it on the left side. Under 7.5. One hand looking for Smith cruising in the lane there. 10 on the shot clock, through the crease to call. It'll go back up the other way. Lane Smith leaving that and claiming that it should be outside the crease. Of course, that's either way, that's going to take us to our officials' timeout. We'll take a quick break. Be right back. Zoom here as the Snipers will inbounds and lug it over the timeline. 3-2 game here, and we expect this one to be close. Both these two teams in need of a win. Bombury will work it around, kick it across Yamada. He'll work it back. Pilon swing back around and behind the net. 8 on the shot clock. Yamada on the cut and had it in his stick, but it popped out of the pocket. And a good job now as the Bears run it down. 2-on-2. They'll think better of it. No sense in forcing the issue. Good decision by Maloney. And now Hollowell. Kick it back out. Atwood swinging across. Good to have Chris Atwood back in a lineup somewhere playing in the all. Hollowell trying to post up 5 on the shot clock. Dumps it in, and he was looking inside. They weren't able to connect. Now Dusty Hill airs it out. Vradenberg has a man up the side. He's covered. Tried to thread the needle as Briley Maxwell was filling that. Ruddy now will move it up to Sanchez. Sanchez bounces off a couple, rolls that ahead, and Snow's going to try to run under it. Knocks it to himself, goes for the scoop, kicks it to the top. Quick shot Atwood, wide of the mark. Rebound picked up by Fear. Fear's going to try to run that up and move it up, and he does. Caden Stanton out there. He'll swing it across. Whitlow will slow things down, reset the offense under 6 minutes. Thunderhill diving and creased the call. Tiptoed along that white line on a good opportunity. Snow now will duck in and move the ball up, him and Sanchez. Working on Whitlow. Whitlow will hustle off. Snow now will work it down to Lane Smith. They'll set things up on the left side. Smith surveying the situation. Tried to thread it on the skip pass. Instead, it's picked up now. Chaz Portelli. Wrong stick side, though, was Sanchez. Looking back out. Shot clock's going to wind down. So not able to get a good shot off, a high percentage shot anyway now, and now it's Fisher. He'll work it to Chayton King. We're under 5 minutes to go here, opening quarter. It's been a good one. Bombury. Thunder looking to slip by one. Him and Bombury. Bombury holds on to, kicks it out Yamada. Yamada going to have to take the shot, 8 on the shot clock. Yamada, kick out. Chayton King from way out. That bouncer wide. Going to have to keep it in with Pilon. Pilon's going to work hard, and he's going to have to roll that in the corner. So a good job defensively by both teams as we inch toward 4.5 minutes here, quarter number 1. Hollowell slides by a defender and gets a step, goes far side and beats Dusty Hill. So Shane Hollowell picks up his first of the game. He's got 17 on the season. A big one makes it a 4-2 game. Just in case you missed it, of course, this is the last game of week 9 in the Arena Lacrosse League. Whitby 8-6 winners over Brampton. Whitby ups their record now to 6-3. Brampton falls to 6-2. They still own top spot in the standings. Yesterday's doubleheader, game 1 had Toronto 11-8 winners over Peterborough, and Oshawa 17-12 winners over the Paris River Wolves. In the meantime, between time, Lane Smith almost had a sniff at that one. That's his shot as Fisher on him. Smith took that and buried it. So welcome back, Lane Smith in the building as he makes good for the second time in this game. So in his return, 2 goals for Smith, a 3-goal lead, largest of the game so far, belongs to the Ohsweken Bears. Now Dougie Powell is going to take his turn here against Joseph. Joseph clearly wins that draw, and the Bears now will shove it over the line, but it gets picked off by Whitlow. I tell you, between Whitlow and Vern Hill, you can't leave anything laying on the table. Those guys will take it from you. Whitlow getting worked over. They swing it around. They'll start at half boards. Bridie Maxwell on the left, back to the King on the right. Chayton King trying to get a step. Curls out with 10 on the shot clock. King, skip past Bombury. Has a look, ducks in. Screen and roll. Maxwell may have gotten away with a bit of a push anyway. And now Shignash going to air it out on the money. Bears have done a good job getting it into the offensive end. Chance here, good swim move, twister right on, and Dusty Hill, and it slips through. So a big goal pushes the lead now to 6-2 as the Bears off to their best start in a few games now. We've watched the Bears in action, of course, in a loss last week, 19-11. And it was a situation there where they really imploded a bit late. In the meantime, between time, Joseph dominating that face-off circle, moves it up quickly. Crossley now goes to the hard shot. That's why the marking. I'm pretty sure that's not Crossley. I'm pretty sure that could be Kyle Pedwell, as I think that's the case. And now Atwood will slow it up. 8 on the shot clock. Hollowell, give and go twister, and nothing doing there. That's closed off. And now the Snipers are going to counter the other way. Jacobs waits, has Yamada. Back to Jacobs. Look at him. King's quick shot steered aside by Shignash. Now on the run, countering the other way. And a good job, heads up play to pull that one out by the Bears as Nicky Snow doing his job. Lane Smith tees it up. Right on. Dusty Hill the save. Hill looking to air something out. Snaps one to Bombury, and they'll move it up as we inch toward the 2-minute warning here. Bombury. He'll wait, set things up. Thunderhill. Move it across. Stotts. Whitlow. 8 on the shot clock. Looking for Stotts. That one's didn't materialize, and now back the other way here on the move is Sudan. He'll give way, and Portelli will move it up. Eddie Renault looking for a screen. Kick. Portelli tried to change the angle. Loose, gets batted into the corner, and Possession belongs to the Bears now, but whole big scrum in the corner. A lot going on there, and double team as the Snipers triple team, and Portelli in there, and no love lost. The possession will go up the other way. Snipers a good hold and good discipline by Dougie Palace not to take one there, and now the Snipers will move it up. Stanton, he will flip and retreat. Yamato. We are into the final minute here, quarter number 1. 6-2 Bears. Bombury. King's quick shot right off the Bears logo. Scoops up the offensive. Ducks through 2. Chayton King up top. What a save by Shugnot. Oh, my. That was flat out robbery, and I think that Chayton King has a legitimate case. He was robbed. That's all. As Sanchez now with 35 seconds on the game clock, working his wrong stick side, getting marked by Vern Hill as the Snipers looking to tighten the D here. They don't want to go down any more than 4. That one actually went off. Sanchez behind the net now, and Vern Hill with a quick outlet pass. Here come the Snipers. 15 on the game clock. Back door. Hill takes a hard hit. Ducks under 1. Lets it go wide of the mark. That's going to go into the bench with 8.7 seconds left here in this first quarter. Pedwell's going to jump on that, move it up quick, and a flip to Lane Smith. Smith with 2 on the shot clock, and he just got to let it go, and it almost beat Dusty Hill late, but we played 15 minutes, 6-2, Ohsweken Bears. Here for the second quarter of what's been a very fast-paced game here between the Ohsweken Bears, Six Nations Snipers, and when you have only the top 6 teams advancing to the postseason for the first time like we do in the Arenalacrosseleague this year, bottom 2 teams fall out. So important for you to at least pick up about 5 to 6 wins to at least have a chance of getting into that top 6. When you look at the standings, Whitby and Brampton are sitting at top. They look good, but Toronto now 6-3. They are sitting in second place. Peterborough's got 5 wins, and Oshawa and Paris with 3 and 2 wins respectively. These 2 teams here, 2 wins for the Snipers, 3 wins for the Bears. So a whole lot of parity in the league off the draw. Snow will hang on to it, gets worked over by Fisher, and he'll slide it across. Hollowell. Changing directions here in the second quarter. Kick out Sanchez. Lane Smith, bullet. Well, I tell you, it's like he didn't even take a day off. Comes in and buries his 3rd of the game. They've all been rocket snipes from way out, and it's a 7-2 lead for the Bears. Certainly want to send a shout out to Bears head coach Ron Mouser Henry, off on another assignment, so he's forgiven for his absence. But so quite a few guys making their return here today, including Stone Jacobs, of course, the Hills in the lineup, Chris Atwood. So it's a good day here at the ILA, good day for the All, as Mitch Zulian on the fly, and I tell you, had he hold on to that one, he'd have tucked that and went the other way. Sanchez gets a screen, kick it back out. Portelli will slow things down. Renault looking one man to beat. Eddie Renault gets a double team. Vredenberg jumps him. Shovel pass, tried to tip in. Nothing doing there. Good battle, and Snipers hold it down, and they now will lug it over the timeline. Jacobs. He'll swing that, get it to Whitlow. Yamada. 1-on-1, 10 on the shot clock. Maxwell driving, good save by Shignash. Used the right arm beautifully. Fresh 20 here for the Snipers. Pilon trying to make a move, curls right back out. chased back out by Snow. Turns the corner, Yamada with some room. Hard screen, Yamada. 5 on the shot clock, gotta let it go. His sidearm steered aside. Another good save, but good job on the offensive rebound. That shot from Whitlow just wide of the mark. And they're going with the manual count now as now the reset to 20. Yamada one-on-one. His shot stopped. King going to try to barrel in there and pick up that loose ball. Good effort by the Snipers as they regain possession here with Thunder Hill. Bodies all over. No go on the Chayton Hill. And now Chayton King is going to go to the penalty box. And that's exactly the kind of thing we talked about off the top. And there's the discipline factor. All you did was lose possession initially, and instead now you're going to spend 2 minutes in the box, already down 5. First power play opportunity of the game for the Ohsweken Bears. 61% on the power play. Snipers have killed off 56% of their man-short situations, so to work on offense now. As Delarande out there alongside of Eddie Renault. Hollowell is also out there as they'll kick that. Renault dumps it down low on the swing. That one knocked down. And that shot wide of the mark, that's going to be a tough get. And not able to do it, so Stotts is going to hurry up, jump on that. Whitlow creeps out of the back door. Keep an eye out. Stotts going to go again. And that one stopped, though, this time as he tried to surprise Shugnash with a shot right there. And now the Bears will slow things up. They'll move it around and give everyone a touch here, but shot clock ticking down. Minute 5 left in the man advantage. That bullet right on, stopped by Dusty Hill. We're under 12 minutes here in the second quarter. Wrapping up week 9. It's been an exciting week here in the Arena Lacrosse League. And, of course, they're going to check on Dusty Hill, make sure that his protective gear is going to do what it's supposed to do. Tell you, the life of a netminder, nothing easy about playing goaltender in this sport. Portelli. Atwood in that shooter's spot. Hasn't gotten a shot off yet. Atwood, give and go. He does there, but Dusty Hill took that one away from point blank. Snipers dodge a bullet now. Whitlow, back door. On the fly, still short, looking to burn some time. Reverse pivot, stops again. And he'll set things up now and look to work some clock. Whitlow lets that BB go right on. Shugnash has a man now. Sanchez on the move. One man to beat. Sanchez, backdoor. Lane Smith on the money. Big save by Dusty Hill. Oh, Dust Bucket came up big there. Shrugged his shoulders, made the save. 15 seconds now to burn for the Snipers. Whitlow. Kick it back out. Thunder Hill. Tell you, heck of a lacrosse player, maybe a small package, but this kid's got it. Chayton King out of the penalty box. So a good kill. Pilon lets it go. Good kill for the Snipers. And a quick pass ahead. Snow moves it up. Pedwell. Lane Smith tried to play the carom, still got it. Turns around, trying to roll on the carpet. Got a shot off, though, and a good shot with that one hand. Now Dusty Hill. Bullet. Zulian. One-on-one. Snow the D. Backdoor. Yamada. Zulian. Take that shot. Had a big save. Zulian regathers the rebound. Good offensive board. Yamada on the reset. Bombury. Skip it again. Whitlow. Whitlow ducks in. Whitlow had it stripped late. Good stick check late by Snow. Headman, one bounce on the hop. Diving and a big save again. Dusty Hill end to end. Glorious opportunities for both sides. Goaltenders standing tall. Bombury. Under 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Snipers Needs something, looking for something to wreck the roll. Down low, tried to roll that in. But I tell you, this Shugnush guy is nothing to snub your nose at. He has got game as that outlet pass, a tough one, but it goes over the timeline. And a good stick check. Atwood trying to fish it out of there. And instead the Snipers gain possession, Vredenburg. Fisher jumps in the rush, but they'll slow it up with Hill. Pilon out late. He's going to filter to that left side. Thunderhill puts on the brakes, slides in, shovel back. Pilon bumped out, kick it back out. Yamada swing around. Whitlow down low, point blank stop. Maxwell picks up the rebound. In tight, can't connect. Whitlow will slow it up, 15 on the shot clock. Pilon looking for an opening, turns the corner, dumps it. Maxwell off the crossbar. So some good opportunities for the Snipers. Haven't been able to find any mesh yet as Thunderhill working one-on-one. Little shook and jive bullet. Tell you, bring the thunder and the rain. 66. Showing up, much needed goal, 7-3. You look at the lineup, boy, I tell you, it's a lot of return of some guys that are much needed for this Snipers team and what they bring to the table. Off the draw. Good job there by Fear. Manages to win that one over Joseph. Zulian now will bring it to some open carpet, kick it back out. See if the Snipers can build now on that goal. Close the gap, trailing by 4. Bombury. Whole lot going there as Joseph with a great tackle on Super Bowl Sunday. That's going to be a hold. That bouncer's going to go up and stay in play. Whitlow with 6 on the shot clock. Whitlow dumps it. Hill duck under. Hill tried to change it up. Rebound there, and Shugnush right there to deny Whitlow. And back to the penalty box. This time it's going to be the Ohsweken Bears, tagged with a hold. So Snipers to work their second power play opportunity this game. They're 0 for 1. And once again, with under 8 minutes to go, a chance here to close this gap. Pilon at the top this time. Maxwell and Hill working the left side. Whitlow and King on the right. Everyone's got a touch going to work now. King chased out, gets a screen from Whitlow. Whitlow on the roll. Whitlow took something off. Big save there. Rebound scooped up by Maxwell. They'll work with 20 more. Minute and a half in the power play. Whitlow. Backhand, touch pass, finish. Whitlow to Hill on the money. Power play goal, and it's 7-4. Thunderhill back in the lineup, first time in a while. He's already got 2 goals, so he has been a factor. We'll look ahead to week 10 as well when we get a chance and let you know what's on the go as Fear. 2 straight draws, 1 and possession belonging to the Snipers again. So Six Nations doing a good job here, trying to claw their way back into this one. Down by 3. Whitlow, good spin move. Sanchez on him. Whitlow tucks it in the top corner. Wes Whitlow. Now he worked the shortest to short sides with that maneuver. And a big goal from Whitlow at 7-5. That's his 14th of the season. First here today. And the key, as always, for Wes Whitlow is stay out of the penalty box, spend your time on the floor. That's where you're most valuable to your team. See if Joseph makes some adjustment. He doesn't as he goes down again. Fear has been dynamite. He's won the last 3 draws. Zulian on the run again. Dumps that off looking for King. Stotts picks it up. That one just wide. It hangs there now. Heron Snow on the move in transition to Bears. Snow has a trailer. Sanchez ducks in. Twister right on. Hill scoops that. Looking for an outlet. Quick sidearm. And on the move, here come the Snipers. Stanton. Stotts. They'll slow it up now. Hill. Whitlow. Gets a screen. Yamada. Shovel back. Yamada rolls. Too far away. Dumps that off. Maxwell. That one's picked off, though, by Snow. Read that like a book. Heron Snow weaving through 2. Dumps it off. Finds Pedwell. Pedwell has a man. Takes the shot. Stopped by Hill. Rebound. Snow will scoop that up for a fresh 20 here. We're under 6 minutes now, opening half. Atwood. Inching his way in with 10. Kicks it back out. That bullet wide of the mark. Atwood going to try to run under it. Does a good job to get to it. He's going to shovel it into the corner. And now with under 5.5, that will take us to our officials' timeout and allow us to thank some of our Six Nations sponsors. Belco Construction, KT Gas and Tobacco, Tribe Cannabis, Little Buffalo Store and Gas, MTS Native Services, Morrow Athletics, Guaranteed Glass and Tint, Nkosi, Wicked Extracts, and of course, Hills Custom Coffins. You can come and visit anytime, but you are not allowed to stay. We'll be right back. Our officials' timeout. Snipers will inbounds and look to move it up. Sudan marking Thunderhill tightly as Pilon now half boards on the left. Good skip pass across. They'll set it up. Yamada. On a dump it, Chayton King diving across, but just missed the far corner. Thunderhill. Good job on the recovery. Still has it. Sanchez trying to get a body on him, but that Hill kid, he's slippery when wet, I tell you, as Pilon kicks it out. Yamada, 7 on the shot clock. Gets by 1. Yamada, big save by Shignash. Rebound Sanchez, moved it up, but not looking, and it's scooped up by Stone Jacobs. Bombury gets some help from Whitlow. Whitlow has some room. Behind the net. Kick out, looking for Thunder. Through the defender, tried to sneak one by, but this Shignash kid, look forward to seeing him in our league a little more. He is some kind of good. Sanchez, quick pass ahead. They'll set it up now. Under 4.5 to play. Second quarter. Getting a step, and what a save, Dusty Hill. Chance now on the breakout. Fear with Fisher. 2-on-2, his shot wide. That'll go up out of play, and possession will belong to the Snipers. 7-5 game here. Second quarter. Snow will work it. Portelli now will settle things down. Puts on the brakes. He'll curl back. Gets a screen on the roll. Working. Atwood tried to tuck it far side. He's denied. Rebound picked up by Hollowell, and they'll slow it up with 20 more to work with. On the roll. Couldn't connect. Gone now. Mitch Zulian in alone. Zulian denied. Rebound. Jacobs right there. Zulian still in the hunt to get that loose ball, and he manages to get it right back. Good work by Mitch Zulian, not giving up on the play. And they'll slow it up with Fear, who'll send it over to Whitlow. So a golden opportunity for Zulian, just wasn't able to beat that netminder in Shignash. Stotts, Maxwell's shot just wide, looking for the short side. King's going to run it down, shot clock violation, as we are at the 3-minute mark, and that's going to be a delay of game. So that's an easy call, and again, a careless penalty by the Snipers. So a tough break that way, and you got to know. So Sean Osborne, important that you realize play doesn't resume till the whistle goes. So by doing that, that's just a straight delay, and now another power play for the Bears. 0 for 1. Atwood, Lane Smith, so two dangerous shooters. Quick stick, Portelli diving, tried to hook around on the dive, and took a hard hit. He's laying in the crease, and Dusty Hill doesn't know where that is. Portelli is hurt, manages to get up on his own power, so we're glad to see that. On another glorious chance, Bradenburg will work to Hill. 2.5 to go, second quarter. They're going to spread the floor, try to burn some clock here. Bombury. Skip it across. Whitlow, box out. Whitlow, backhand. You knew that was coming. Got one of the best backhands in the league. Sanchez will move it up with just over a minute left in the Ohsweken power play. They'll let the rest of the offense filter out now and set things up. Lane Smith will slide down to the left crease side. Hallwell out there in that left shooter spot. Atwood out late in his spot on the right shooter. That shot, easy save. Dusty Hill has a man. Stotts airs it out. In the basket, Stotts. Stotts denied. Rebound loose, picked up, and too much on the hands-on. We'll give it back to the Bears. 30 seconds left here in a man advantage. So another good transition opportunity for the Snipers. Not able, though, to beat Shugnash. Hallwell. Inside Atwood, and that was just, quarters were just too tight. That was stick handling in a closet. 8 on the shot clock. Big shot right on by Delaronde, and now another opportunity here. Stone Jacobs puts on the Jets. Jacobs, one hand, and good defense by Sanchez, able to tie him up. Snipers, though, kill the penalty now. We're into the final 50 seconds here, first half. Whitlow working with Hill. Thunderhill isolated on the left. Looking on the roll, has Maxwell. Hill lets it go. Good save, Shugnash. Whitlow trying to box out. Gathers it, pulls it out. 30 seconds left. Swims his way out of trouble. Hill creeps down back door. Nothing doing. Maxwell at the top. Big shot. Good bouncer stopped. Ball loose. Picked up by the Bears. They'll look to move it up, and I'm not sure if they're calling too many, but Seb Baudouin is all over something. I think the Bears got possession and called a quick timeout. So with 16.9, we'll catch our breath, and we'll be right back. Here as we set the stage, 18 seconds left in this first half. Net empty at the Ohsweken end for the extra attacker. They're going to hold for the final shot here. Leading 7-5. So they're going to adjust the clock. I think the clock didn't start, and of course that caused a bit of an uproar from the Six Nations bench. They're going to decide how much time. 18.9 initially to get it to clear. Probably about 17, maybe 16 seconds left. I'd say at least 2 seconds went off, but we know not to rely on my counter. So they take it right down to 11. And that's the way it's going to be. I think they're going to, Seb Baudouin is the crew chief, so him and Brad Fennell are getting together here just to decide what each saw and compare notes. I think it's more important that the officials get it right more so than whatever amount of time it takes. So they're going to go back on. I think Baudouin's saying there probably should be a couple more seconds. If you're the Snipers, you want less time. So there's 19 seconds now up there. And They're just going to start it from the way it was before, which makes a whole lot of sense. So there you have it, 19, and here we go. So close, 14 seconds to get it over, and now they'll set up Delarande. 8, gotta go. 5, twister, right on, easy save, Dusty Hill. And time winds out. They tried to get a late timeout, but I think they're gonna blow this one down. It is, and they're saying that the Snipers initially got the timeout. I saw the time expire, so we'll see, but it looks like everyone's headed. No, everyone's getting called back on the floor. Now, you can't do a whole lot in a 1 second anyway, so you might as well just let it play out, and that's what they do. 7-5, 30 minutes have flown on by. Bears in the lead. Third quarter action about to get underway here. A 7-5 lead for the Ohsweken Bears. The momentum, though, has been on the side of the Six Nations Snipers the later part of that second quarter, as they had a push to cut this deficit to 2. Opening possession, though, belongs to the Ohsweken Bears. Dante Koulis trying to turn that corner, kicks it out Portelli, swing cross, Renault on the turnaround, kicks it back out. No look pass, looking for Koulis down on the crease. 5 on the shot clock, is going to stop, swim, shot right on, scoops up the rebound, fresh 20. So some outstanding work there by Dante Koulis. Gets it out to Sanchez on the reset. They'll work it on the far side. Sanchez, Koulis, eyeing it, sniffing it, thinking about it. 5, got to go somewhere. Where's the cut? Diving in, tried to shovel that in. And so we're going to have a penalty on the play. See exactly. It looks like it's Nathan Fear. So a roughing to Fear will give the Bears their third power play opportunity in this game. So Lane Smith will inbounds. Koulis out there, working, of course, with Hollowell. And Lane Smith at the top. Smith, quick pass across. That big shot. Dusty Hill. Rebound picked up. Pocket it beautifully. And a big finish there by Hollowell. So a power play goal by the Ohsweken Bears extends the lead now to 8-5. Big goal, second of the game for Hollowell. Just a good job of finding that open spot. Hollowell hustled to get on that loose rebound and able to park it in the open corner on Dusty Hill. So once again, another power play capitalized by the Bears. And off the draw, Sanchez flips that one, but it's going to be Ethan Fisher that runs under that. He'll duck in, cross the line, and now the Snipers will set things up here. Whitlow. He'll curl back out, zip it across to Zulian. Zulian. Back to Whitlow. Whitlow's shot well wide. Not sure why Whitlow even took that. It was half-hearted. Down low, Stotts denied. Rebound picked up. Quick pass ahead. Knocked down is Whitlow. And close to an 8-second call, and it is. So ran out of time. Luke Maloney couldn't do a whole lot with that, and now Vradenberg. So the Snipers do a good job on the forecheck, and now Whitlow in tight. That one for Stone Jacobs off the post. Rebound again, denied. Shugnash has closed the door here, and he has held it down for the Bears. Maloney over the timeline, and that's swiped away. I tell you, Vern Hill, don't leave it. Toss it up on the run, and not able to hold on to it was his brother Thunder. And a good pass, Hill to Hill. Weren't able to finish. Renault. Sanchez will flip and give way now, and Renault turning the corner. Underhand tried to sneak one past Hill. He stopped that. Dusty Hill. Quick outlet, Hill to Hill. Vern. Pass ahead, Yamada. Had Bombury too late. Joseph on him. Maxwell on that far side, but they'll wait for Chayton King to get it over to him. Maxwell has some room. On the run. Shugnush to stop. Scoop. Look. Quick outlet pass. Here come the Bears the other way. Atwood floats that along the line. On the run now and is Hollowell. And they'll spread the offense out now. Koulis looking for a screen. Lets that one go. Stopped by Hill. Man down, and Lane Smith luckily got up on his own power. That bounce had a whole lot on it. Jerry Stotts will run it down in the offensive end. Dougie Palace will hold tight and get it over to Whitlow. Whitlow one-on-one isolated on the right side. Whitlow leaning in. Whitlow one hand. Flip back. Yamada can't run it down. That one floats out there. Whitlow, good box out. Can't pick it up though. Still bouncing around out there. Snow trying to grab it. Instead, Thunderhill had it, lost it. Shot clock violation, Nicky Snow now. So I tell you, a few brother combinations out there. The Snows, the Hills. There's a lot going on. The Smiths, as Atwood zips it across to Renault. Renault, one-on-one, ducks in, shovel back, quick shot wide of the mark. Rebound, Sanchez, no reset, 4. His shot wide. That's going to be a shot clock violation. As that shot late, Atwood, and they got a reset on the 20. Sanchez underhand wide. Trying to run that one down, and now it's Renault. Waylon Abrams out there as well, but Dusty Hill able to pounce on that loose ball. Got to step out and now air it out. They don't have a lot of time, 1 second, and that's a violation, 8 seconds. Under 10 minutes here in the third, and an 8-5 game now, and it's Snow. Snow will bring it across, get it down to Atwood. Atwood gets a good screen, kick back out. Koulis sends it back down. Fake diving attempt, tried to dunk off the helmet and out. As Abrams tried to do a little something there, couldn't. Delaronde, that bounce shot, good toe save. Good hands on the scoop up. Here come the Bears. Snow, 2-on-1. Snow, wrong stick side, went to the shorty side with the bounce. Beautiful transition finish there as he'll keep that ball as a souvenir. Nicky Snow with a big goal, and it's 9-5. So getting some production from some unlikely sources is the name of the game here. You got your key guys as Joseph trying to run down that draw. Zulian hounded him. Stotts had it, lost it, and now the other Stotts will have it. Forgot about to mention the Stotts brothers as well. So family connection in the house here today. Jacobs isolated against Sanchez. Swing across to the left. Hill ducks in. Shovel back. Bombury can't hang on to it. Took a good hard hit. Now on the run. Here comes Pedwell. Pedwell. His bouncer right on. Dusty Hill looking to counter. No one on the outlet as Ben Wittich out there as well now, and it's Whitlow. Under 8.5 to go here, third quarter. Snipers looking for something here in this third quarter. Zip pass. Hill to Whitlow. Down low. Chayton King shot. Just deflected over top of the net. No reset. 5. Right on. That one steered aside. Flipped up. Still loose in the corner. Hill again with the theft. Tell you, kid can pick a pocket like no other. Maxwell waiting to get 5 out there as Yamada lets that go. Good save. Shugnash stuck that pad out there nicely. Tell you, he's some kind of agile. Yamada on the 22nd reset. Ducking in. Yamada has room. Steps in to the bounce. Yamada finally found the back of the net on Shugnash. It's a 9-6 game. Big goal there for Yamada, struggling just a bit. Finally able to work the bounce. I tell you, when in doubt, go to the bounce shot. That's usually a good piece of fundamental work. Tough shot for the goaltender to stop, and I know I practice against one of the best. Fear and Joseph again in the circle. The draw is becoming more magnified now. 7.5 to go here in this third. They're going to keep twisting, and that's going to be a penalty, and too much whacking going on as looks like the Bears are going to go to the penalty box. And Zulian ahead. Fisher buries it. Blink of an eye, it's a 9-7 game. So we talked about some unlikely sources. Ethan Fisher, defensive transition guy, and boy, took a nice pass from Zulian and parked it in the far corner to cut it to 2. Oh, I tell you, this has certainly been a game of runs, that's for sure, but both netminders playing excellent. It's just taking a whole lot. These goals have to come assisted, meaning a pass to a shooter as opposed to just a long shot. I think both goaltenders got off to certainly Dusty Hill for sure, a slow start, but they've both ramped it up as Shugnash has been great. Stone Jacobs, again, great to have him back. Suffering an injury, tried to go tough there, took a hard hit, bounced right back up. Just glad to have him back in the lineup now, and a quick pass ahead. Gets it to Snow. Snow, they'll peel out and reset. Ten on the shot clock. Portelli from way out. That one right on. And that's a late hit. And the Snipers again are going to head to the penalty box. Going to double check that. It looks like so Portelli's just got ejected. And I don't know what he said, but that's not very Stephen Portelli like for sure. And so we're going to go to our officials' timeout, and we'll come back with all the details. So as the details come filtering in, Stephen Portelli with a 2-minute unsportsmanlike and then a 10-minute misconduct. So he has been ejected from the game. On the Snipers side, it's a 2-minute roughing call. And it looks like what started off as an Ohsweken power play is now going to turn into a Snipers power play. And a good job of officiating, explaining both to the coaches. Cam Hill is in the penalty box. I think Cam Hill got the initial slashing penalty on Stotts, and then things sort of escalated from there. So we will play some 4-on-4 lacrosse here for a couple of minutes as Whitlow isolated 1-on-1. Whitlow, that's his shot. I don't know what he's waiting on. Flip back. Chayton King's stick is gone. He's going to have to retreat. Whitlow, 1-on-2. That backhand up top off the glass. Sanchez plays it perfectly. Quick bouncer ahead and on the run. Here come the Bears. D'Amico floats one up. Atwood trying to run under it, instead overruns it, and now back the other way. Come the Snipers. Radenberg with a full head of steam. Thunderhill slows it up, avoids a couple, and they'll reset up on the 4-on-4. Under 6 minutes to go here. 2-goal lead for the Bears. Yamada. Good fake. Yamada, that one knocked down. Chance here. Bombury knocks that one away with 5 on the shot clock. Radenberg just missed. Hill going to get a shot off. Good job on blocking that by Maloney. As Thunderhill, you know he's got some good accuracy as well, and now Nicky Snow's going to slow things up here. So the Bears with a possession here with 45 seconds left in the coincidental penalties, and Atwood, he's been quiet in this game, just making a return. Hollowell, wrapped up by Fisher. Good hard shot wide of the mark. This is going to play Karam. Running under that now is Jacobs. Jacobs on the move, 3-on-2, has Stotts. Jacobs fakes it back to Stotts, who bounced it up, and a good save by Shignosh, and that will go up off the netting, and reset at 20 for the Snipers. Under 5 minutes to go here in the third. Maxwell. He'll scoot out, create some space. Whitlow had a notion, looks for the cross, finds Pilon. Pilon twister from way too out, but shot clock was winding down, so he didn't have a choice now, and the Bears now will counter with Sanchez. Sanchez doing a good job in his transition role. That's where I think he's most comfortable now. Lane Smith, who was on fire earlier, gives way Eddie Renault. Smith, that pass too high. Wittich going to run under that. And Wittich now going to leg it up over the timeline. Stanton will retreat, and now it's Yamada. Under 4 minutes to go here in the third. Bombury. Maxwell moves it up. Yamada, 1-on-1, trying to inch closer. Yamada dumps it off. Maxwell can't handle 5 on the shot clock. Yamada going to have to take that. Try to duck under, twister, nothing doing. That one's not going to go anywhere. A chance though now the other way with Koulis. Koulis, one man to beat. It's Mike McLaughlin. Has Atwood with him. Koulis tried to go far side, wide of the mark. That will go, stay in play. Good job by Hollowell to keep it there. Opportunity. Let's the bullet go. Oh, did he ever tee that one up? Beauty overhand by Hollowell, and it's 10-7. Third of the game for Hollowell. He's got 19 goals so far this season, and none bigger than that there with just under 3.5 to play here in this third. Got to take a good shot to beat either of these netminders, that's for sure. Off the draw, Joseph, that battle raging on. That's probably even there. Good job to scoop it up as Fisher. And now Jacobs. Jacobs will find Zulian. They'll work it down in the corner. And it's Pilon. Kick it out. Whitlow. Whitlow! Underhand beauty, top corner. Once again, put those W's together, and it's a 10-8 game. Waited for Whitlow to kind of break out just a bit, and he's notorious for letting the game come to him. That's his second of this game. He's got 15 so far this season. So the lead back to 2 for the Bears. Joseph wins that one clean, finally flips it back. Renault bails him out, gets harassed, shovels it Joseph, runs into Zulian, gets harassed too, and now looking to duck in is Snow. Snow, good recovery. Bouncer right on, stopped by Hill. Battle going on there as Fisher working hard. Stotts diving, gets it out. Renault, though, keeps it in. Renault down low, and that one's knocked down. Good job by Fisher. Overrun, though, and given right back. Renault realized he had some time, thought the shot clock was going to expire, and now Bradenburg will bring it up over the timeline. King. Zip that back up. They'll swing it around to Thunder Hill. Hill. 10 on the shot clock. Bombury. And looking inside, and you give a Hill something that close, he's going to come up with something creative. Just wasn't able to pull the trigger there, and now Snow will leg it over the timeline. Under 2 minutes to go here in the third. Abrams, that shot wide of the mark. Trying to get a handle on that over there as Delarande instead. Coolest bullet wide. And that's going to be a violation, and that'll belong. Vern Hill jumps all over that. Doesn't have any help. The troops are coming, though. Vern Hill, kick out Pilon. Vern Hill, underhand, tried to take something off, put it in the corner. Whitlow, though, will bail him out. In stride, Jacobs, Whitlow, swing. Bombury scores! Bombury with a well-disguised underhand. It's a 10-9 game. Well, they talked about improving their passing and sharing the ball, and that's certainly been on display here, as they've done a good job not only up in their transition game, but really working the ball around to the open man and getting a good shot. Beauty finish there. Zulian runs that one down, gets it back. We're into the final minute here, quarter number 3. 1-goal game. Bears and Snipers. King, 50 on the game clock. Maxwell chased out. King now will work the left side again. Thunder Hill, 8 on the shot clock. Whitlow fakes a shot. Backhand. King! Great save there by Shugnosh on the shoulder, and that's going to be a penalty, and I think it's going to go to Bradley Maxwell. I don't know what the call was. I wasn't able to get my eyes fixed over there, but again, you pull to within a goal, and now you're going to have to kill another penalty. So roughing the call, and that's just losing your cool. So 1 for 3 on the power play. This is the 4th opportunity with the man advantage for the Bears. So here we go, 32 seconds left. Lane Smith at the top. He'll walk it in. There is a 2-second differential between the game and shot clock. Hallwell out there. Abrams down on that crease. Koulis on the far side. Koulis steps in. Smith goes to the underhand. Good save, Dusty Hill. Rebound, point blank, and crease the call. Will give possession to the Snipers. 4.3 seconds left. And they'll just hold it in there and let time wind down. So it has been an outstanding 3 quarters of lacrosse. 10-9 Bears. Seatbelt as we get set for 4th quarter action in a 10-9 game. Bears leading. Of course, both these two teams in desperate need of a win. Snipers come in with a 2-5 record. Bears 3-4. So vital for each of these two teams. They both fielded probably their strongest, certainly their strongest offensive lineups. And we'll see what the final 15 holds, as Fear jumped a little early. So first possession here of this quarter belongs to the Bears. They, though, are killing off a penalty. 1:20 left in the man short. So they're going to look to work some clock here. Sorry, the Snipers will look to burn some clock. The Bears will try to increase their lead here up by a goal. Smith working around with Koulis. Those two working good together. Allwell's fit in nicely on that left side. Lane Smith from way out. Stopped by Dusty. Chance here with a man. Dusty's going to air it out. Back door. Almost picked off. Chayton King going to run it down. King on his horse. He'll bring it all the way back out. Good fake. And get that pass across to Thunderhill. They'll work it. Now and it's Pilon. 35 seconds in the penalty. 4 in the shot clock. Yamada, easy shoulder save, but a good job to get off back on again, and possession now belongs to the Snipers. They've got a chance here to burn a few more valuable seconds off that penalty. Bombury, final 15 seconds. 6 on the shot clock. Pilon, his shot well wide. Rebounded and picked up now, and here come the Bears. Delarande looking, surveys, penalty over, team's back to full strength. Koulis gets wrapped up by Stotts. Koulis, zip pass across, in tight, point blank, what a save! Dusty Hill. Taking no prisoners on that one, now on the run, it's Jacobs. Jacobs flying, Jacobs, head of steam, wrapped up, shot right on. Rebound, Stotts, shoveled back. And they'll reset it now with Thunderhill. So once again, Snipers dodge an ill-advised penalty. And now back to work. Burnhill out there on the left side. Yamada goes to the sidearm. Easy save, Shugnach. Rebound on the offensive board for the Snipers. They'll make some offensive changes. Bombury gets a step. Behind the net. Sniff it in and tuck it in. Just trying to see who it was and who else but the Thunder. Thunderhill coming up big. Has tied this game at 10. Third of the game for him. So a correction. Looks like Stephen Portelli got a 10, but he was not ejected from the game. So he's in the penalty box serving his time as Joseph wins that, and that's good news for the Bears. So Bears now in a bit of a lull here, going to have to go back to work. They've surrendered a 4-goal lead, and now Atwood lets the bullet go. That one steered aside by Hill. Zulian tried to knock it to himself, but it got intercepted by Sanchez. Sanchez kicks it way out. Renault can't handle that one. Tough pass. Zulian now on the fly. Has got Jacobs with him. Zulian waits for the back door. Finds him. Thunderhill's big shot. Thunderhill! 5 unanswered by the Snipers. They take the lead 11-10. Oh, baby, are they ever glad to get Thunder back in the lineup. Welcome addition for sure, as a big goal has given the Snipers their first lead of this game. It was 6-2 Bears after 1, 7-5 at the half for Ohsweken, 10-9 after 3, and finally the Snipers get a sniff of the lead here, and now they've got possession. Just over 12 minutes to play here, fourth quarter. Week 9 wrapping up in the Arenalacrosseleague as Chayton King to work on the right. Skip. Pilon. King's quick shot scores! Chayton King. The Snipers are feeling it right now. First of the game for the King, his 12th of the season. And I think this might be a good time for the coaching staff of the Bears to maybe call a timeout and regroup just a tad. They have been shell-shocked here. Stuck on 10 for a minute. And off the draw, Joseph, though, will get his team possession, shovel it back, and it's Snow. So delayed penalty coming, and it's coming to the Snipers, so why anyone surprised? Lane Smith setting it up, working with Hollowell. Tops Atwood. Smith. And it'll be an illegal cross-checking call And it looks like it's going to go to Nathan Fear. And a second time he's made that trot to the penalty box. One for four. The man advantage are these Bears. Now this their fifth power play opportunity. Comes with just under 11 and a half to go here in this fourth quarter. 2-goal lead here for the Snipers. Chance now, Bears looking to close the gap. Trailing for the first time in this one. Smith ducks in. Tried to go far side. Dusty Hill got enough of that to steer it wide. Bradenburg battling, gets taken down, no call. And it'll be Koulis. Skip. Hollowell, he'll go to the top. That's deflected. Rebound picked up. Delarande doing a good job. Behind the net, duck in, and that's a goal. Lane Smith again. Stepping front and center one more time. Fourth goal of the game in his return to the Y'all. Lane Smith has closed the gap now to 12-11. Plenty of time to play here with just under 11 minutes. That's almost a lifetime. So Fear and Joseph one more time, and again these draws become more valuable. Good job by Fisher to zoom in and scoop it up now. Zulian. One-on-one on Joseph. That's a mismatch there. Zulian kicks it back out, swing it around. Yamada. His shot. Good save by Shugnash. Shugnash has been outstanding in his own right. There's been no issues with the goaltending here. As now Sanchez. Man open down low over the net. So Hollowell with a great cut, but couldn't find a mark. Now airing it out. Vern Hill, backdoor. Chayton King. King flying in, scores. What a feed from Vern Hill to Chayton King, and it's a 13-11 game. Second goal of the contest for Chayton King, and the lead back to 2. Well, I tell you, when we saw the lineups pregame, we knew that this game was going to be very evenly matched, and certainly been treated here as Fear will win that draw, and Fisher now will settle it down. So the Snipers seem to have found their groove here. The Bears seem to have gone into a bit of a lull. See if they can't fight their way back. Under 10 minutes to go here in the fourth. In tight, quick shot, Jacobs. Shugnash had to be awake for that one. Airs this one out, right in the pocket. Sanchez, one-on-one. Sanchez looking for a screen, got one, but they don't have the numbers. Good transition defense by the Snipers. And now it'll be Portelli back out there after the 10-minute misconduct. Portelli. And I do want to say that's not very Stephen Portelli-like. On the roll, Atwood shot. Weak one, though. Right on Dusty Hill. Has a man. Ben Wittich. Great one-handed grab. Wittich. His shot over there. Rebound. Vern Hill. Hill and Hill stepping up in this fourth quarter. 14-11. Put a check mark beside Vern Hill in the building, as the Hills have accounted for more than their share here in this game. 3-goal lead, largest lead for these Snipers. And a timeout being called, and it's going to be the Bears that take the timeout. That will allow us to take a quick break. We'll be back. So after the Bears timeout, we'll see what Clancy Alms, Neil Pike, and Todd Wilfong have in store here to try and do something about this 3-goal deficit they face with just over 9 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. off the draw. We'll give that even. Good job as Pedwell diving in the mix there as teetering on the line, and it's a neutral territory as he was straddling that line, so good heads up by Fisher. And Zulian now will stay out there, play some offense on the left side. Jacobs working with Zulian. Dumps it down low, wrong 6-side, Stotts wide of the mark. Hill, Thunder, looking to duck in. Fakes the first one, rings it off the iron. Rebound, gathered, fresh 20 for the Snipers. Stotts on the run. Travis Stotts goes to the bounce, right on. Jacobs trying to dig in there. Trying to change the offensive troops. Gets overrun. Bears will finally pick it up, and now it's Snow comes out of the pack. Snow, back door, Atwood, dump it. Sanchez, tic-tac, no toe. He'll get the rebound, though, and no reset, although I thought it went off the iron, and that's through the crease, the call. If you do it earlier, it's got to touch a couple more guys than just one, as Zulian will headman it up ahead, and the Snipers will work it into the offensive end. King. Maxwell. Bombury trying to turn the corner. Had a man too late, Whitlow. Whitlow backhand try wide. No reset, 5 in the shot clock. Maxwell. Got to take that shot. Right on top corner. Keelan Pilon. With the shot clock winding down, he picks up his second of the game. The lead now 4. Boy, this game's a funny game. You saw earlier how Dusty Hill was struggling in the net for the Snipers. Sort of righted things and became the anchor. Gave his team enough time to fight back. Shignosh has done everything in his power to keep his team in contention, and the Bears have just gone quiet offensively in the last few minutes. Zulian, great scoop up. Looking to turn that the other way. Hollowell hounding him, and now Jacobs will slow it down. Underhill. Working it down low. Pilon on the run. Kick out. Yamada. Overhand. That one gets knocked down. And it's picked up. Hollowell's going to shed a defender, loft it up, and Sanchez over the timeline. Under 7 minutes here in the fourth. Abrams chased out. Delarande chased out. Portelli, back door. Abrams. Changed the angle wide of the mark. Koulis had a handle on it, got it right back. Ducks one defender, kicks it out. Chance here now. Renault right on. Gets his own rebound, fresh 20. Pressure here by the Bears. Delarande. Skip. Abrams. Big shot wide of the mark. Abrams going to collect this one. No reset, though. 6 on the shot clock. Abrams. His shot right on. Stopped by Hill. Scooped up, flipped back, but too far. And that's an over and back call. And with 6:03 to go, that will take us to our officials' timeout. Once again, allow us to thank some of our Six Nations sponsors: Belco Construction, KT Gas and Tobacco, Tribe Cannabis, Little Buffalo Store and Gas, MTS Native Services, Morrow Athletics, Guaranteed Glass and Tint, Nkosi, Wicked Extracts, and of course, Hill's Custom Coffins. They encourage you to visit, but you're never allowed to stay. We'll be right back. Inbounds here. Bombury will do that with just over 6 minutes to play now, and Whitlow gets a screen. Whitlow thinks better of it. Backdoor, Maxwell had him, and Maxwell just wasn't able to pocket that pass. Now Sanchez. So the door opening, but the time ticking for these Bears. Sanchez, one man to beat on the roll. Underhand, that one goes off a defender, and Sanchez will track it down. No reset. Kick across Renault. Renault, flip, and Kyle Pedwell and Nathan Fear, and I tell you, Nathan Fear has been in the middle of a few things here, and it looks like this may be coincidentals. I'm not sure Nathan Fear wants to do a whole lot with Kyle Pedwell, I'll tell you that. But they're both walking the exact same way to the exact same place. So coincidental roughing minors will offset with just under 5.5 to go here. We'll play some 4-on-4 lacrosse. So here we go, Hollowell now, working with Lane Smith. Lane Smith matched up against Jerry Stotts. 2 KG vets there. As Smith will work it Koulis. Been quiet this game. Zips it across, had a man in Hollowell. Lane Smith tried to body, but now a chance here is Mike McLaughlin. Speaking of KG vets, outstanding work now, and it's Jacobs. Owen Jacobs been all over the carpet here in this game. He's had himself a fine outing, as has Thunder Hill. Hill with 10 on the shot clock. Gets a screen. Sanchez on him. Flip back Pilon. Pilon off the post and out. So rung it off the iron. Wasn't able to catch any mesh on that. Now in a chance with Snow. Transition. Had Atwood trailing late. Thinks better of it. Snow ducks in. Little shake and bake. Chase back out. And he'll kick it out wide. Abrams. Abrams lets it go and scores. A big shot there and a clutch goal has closed the gap now to 15-11. Second of the game for Abrams. So the Bears showing some life here with just under 4.5 to play. So just deciphering numbers, should still be 4-on-4. And that is the case, at least for another 55 seconds. The Bears defense trying to slow up Mitch Zulian from tracking it down. Nicky Snow does, so Bears get possession off the draw. Snow will dump. He'll retreat now, and they'll set things up. Hollowell now. Lane Smith out there. Sanchez trying to duck in. Lets it go. Dusty Hill close it up. Looking for Zulian, but there was no fast break opportunity, and now it's Stotts. Under 4 minutes. Stotts has had a big goal in this game early. Whitlow. Thunderhill has pocketed 4 here in his return. Hill had that one partially deflected, trying to run it down, and he's going to run it down. No reset, though, with just 2. So he'll get that one, and they'll leave that one, let that one float harmlessly into the corner. So the Bears now have some work to do, trying to climb this mountain here, down by 3. Under 3.5. Hallwell trying to duck back, reverse pivot. Thought about going for the crease dunk. Nothing doing. Worked over by Fear. Dumped off. Chance now on the roll. Koulis thinking better with 5. Koulis bullet right on. Stopped by Hill. Hill outlet to Stotts. Stotts has a man with him in Whitlow. 2-on-1. Stotts top corner. Stotts. Money in the bank. So Jerry had 1. Travis adds to that total, and it's 16-12. .252 to go here in the 4th, and that was a big goal by the Snipers. Joseph now. So the Bears now have to really up their sense of urgency here. Sanchez works it across to Renault. Renault snaps it in. A quick release, nothing doing. No crease call there as never touched it. Pedwell, kick out. Snow. Swim move. Snow gets a step. And a great save by Dusty Hill. Ball loose. Picked up. And an empty net. No goal because they had a man parked in the crease. And maybe injured. Good job as able to get up as gingerly as it is. And now play resumes with Stone Jacobs. He's been flying all over this floor. Dumps it off to Whitlow. Whitlow will pull it back out. So time now on the side of the Snipers. 4-goal lead. We are headed to the 2-minute warning. Bombury. Kick out. That one knocked down, and that will belong to the Bears now. Bombury, good pressure, gets heaved down. Vern Hill's going to run under that. And possession back to the Snipers with 1:45 to go. It has been a dandy of a ball game. Whitlow lofts it up, Bombury. They're going to spread the floor here and count the ticks. Whitlow, 10 on the shot clock. Bombury. Hill. That one goes behind the net. Almost tried a sneaky one. Shot clock winding down now. Sanchez. Gotta go. No time. Sanchez. Flip back Portelli. Portelli roll. Sanchez gonna have to take it strong. Sanchez dives and tucks it. Josh Sanchez giving his team a pulse, and that's just his first of the game. But the lead now 3 for the Snipers. Minute 7 to play. Just in case you missed it, the recap Friday, Whitby 8-6 winners over Brampton. Yesterday, Toronto 11-8 winners over Peterborough, and Oshawa 17-12 winners over Paris. This, of course, will wrap up week 9. 14 weeks to the regular season, and then it's playoffs. Top 6 teams advance. Pilon's going to go for a run. We're into the final minute now. Gets taken into the boards. Jacobs. King. Him and Jacobs will keep it out. They don't even need a shot. They just need to work the clock down. Pilon, high stepping it out. He'll hold on to it with 8. Jacobs behind it. Pilon wide open, and a good save by Shugnosh. And a reset with 30 seconds on the game clock. So the Snipers have come and delivered on time here in this game. A big win as they'll hold on to take down the Ohsweken Bears, who once again, another close loss, as they have been in almost every game they've played. Final 9 seconds ticking down. That shot scores! So Nicky Snow, and a little bit of a melee going on behind, makes it 16-14. I'm not sure what the distraction was. I was watching the play down at the other end, watching Snow cut the deficit to 2 with 6 seconds left. So on a whole, though, this game has been very well played, been very clean. There have only been 7 penalties in total, which totally goes against the norm of each of these two teams. So maybe they're getting the message. Off the draw, it gets knocked back. Pedwell, he'll just try to get that up, and the buzzer will go, and we'll let cooler heads prevail, because a big win for the Six Nations Snipers. They will up their record now to 3-5. The Ohsweken Bears, they fall to 3-5 as well. So week 9 in the books. And again, we will leave things as they are, as maybe a whole lot of John, but that'll be about it. Of course, on behalf of the Arenalacrosseleague, thank you for joining us on Super Bowl Sunday. Thank you for joining us this entire weekend. On behalf of JVI Productions, I'm Lance Wynn. We will see you next week, week 10 in the Arenalacrosseleague.